here. Today we're talking about Xbox because the death of Xbox to me has been a very fascinating thing to report on. Because
I know, it's like a zombie from The Walking Dead. Microsoft has been resurrecting more than Krillin. I think we've heard about Xbox coming back more than Ganondorf in The Legend of Zelda. What's going on here, Xbox? Why won't you die, All right, relax, okay?
it hasn't just been a quick, clean death.
Oh,
It's
here we
been
go.
a very slow death by 1,000 cuts.
I mean, that's what you ponies want, because we know if it wasn't for Microsoft, you wouldn't be getting that type of engagement. Because if Microsoft was really dead, just like what MBG said, what would y'all be doing with your garbage YouTube channels? You people wouldn't be talking about anything. You guys are benefiting from Microsoft no different than the gamers that are benefiting through day and dates off Game Pass Ultimate. As far as I'm concerned, everyone is benefiting.
Constant delays, cancellations, layoffs, along with the fact that it can't seem to get games out at a good pace. Or even when Xbox does release games, they're not exclusive, they're not selling, and they're not winning awards. But today,
here we go. They're not winning awards, but yet Astrobot couldn't outsell Black Myth Wukong.
This is just me saying, boo, Xbox sucks. Instead,
I mean, that's exactly what you did at the beginning of this video. What are you talking about?
I wanted to report specifically on statements made by Mike Ybarra. Now, in case you don't know that name, this guy used to be the vice president of Xbox.
Oh, here we go with the used to be. Nobody cares, bro. I find it so funny. All these former employees that worked at the company and all of a sudden want to come out and say something. It'd be different if you had somebody that actually worked at Microsoft saying something, but instead we hear about these former employees. Like, this is ridiculous, man. You can't tell me you guys want a fearmonger by using some ex-disgruntled employees that used to work at the company when things was actually different than at the time when they were working there. See, the funny thing is, you people don't understand. That's like getting fired at one of your jobs and then complain about how this job sucks, but yet everybody else is still working there. And they looking at you like, what are you talking about? You got laid off. Oh, but the way they treat the customers and it's McDonald's, not like how it... Well, we need a job, but I don't know what you complain about, but you want to order something?
President of Blizzard. He is a guy that's actually been inside the most important, highest echelons of Xbox.
Because he wasn't at the time when Microsoft acquired them. See, that's a blatant lie. You see how I caught you so quick? Microsoft did not acquire Blizzard and Activision when he was working there. If anything, as far as I'm concerned, the man could be salty.
Now, you're saying stuff like, your console is dead. That's an actual statement by Mikey Ybarra. But today, on Sunday, for some reason of all days, he's been rambling about how bad the This Is an Xbox campaign has been. He's basically said that not only has Xbox completely lost the console wars, they've lost the messaging, they've lost their fan base. But let's break it down, because I really want to take a look at this whole stupid This Is an Xbox. I just feel like in this current era, I do think gamers have a certain amount of console or PC pride. The amount of people that are very loud and proud PC gamers, people that like mods and customization.
Well, none of that matters, bro. People are just out here playing gaming, and you're saying that the messaging for Xbox is bad, but yet that is the strategy that they're pushing. The play anywhere, which we can clearly see that laptop, TV, ROG Ally, even a cellular phone. Explain to me where the messaging is confusing. The only thing that's confusing is the fact that you fanboys are still holding on to the days of the PlayStation 1 where they had to make games exclusive for the platform. Okay, even PlayStation is adopting this strategy. That's why they're putting their games on PC.
Able to tinker with graphics.
Which also can be accessible through us. You know what the funny thing is? PlayStation is doing the same thing. Y'all like, what do you mean games? You can play PlayStation games on a Steam Deck. Oh, you can play them on a Lenovo Go. You can play them. What do you mean? PlayStation is not locking their games to one device. You can play them on a laptop, desktop. You can even play it on a PS4 for crying out loud, because that's all the games you're playing on your console. What are you talking about? PlayStation is doing the same thing that Microsoft is doing, but yet y'all don't sit there and say this.
Or having a Steam Deck and stuff. Or same with Nintendo Switch. People are proud to have a Nintendo Switch too and play, the 4 exclusives that has right now, right? People enjoy having their own dedicated ecosystem. Trying to water that down and claiming your phone, your laptop, your PC, your ROG Ally, trying to claim these things are Xbox when they don't play Xbox games.
What? Bro, it shows bro, look at it. You see that LG TV screen? What is that? Isn't that an Xbox game grounded to? Isn't that an Xbox game? What are you talking about, bro? See, the problem is you don't even realize that Microsoft is single-handedly taking over the gaming industry. It's going to come to a point where this is where it's going to be. This is why Sony's like, oh, we got to put games on PC. We gotta focus on that China Hero project because that is going to combat that. If all the ponies saying, oh, they're just not going to put them on Steam because they don't want Xbox to have access to them, well, guess what? That means that's less and less money for Sony. This is what I'm trying to tell you, dummies. You guys cannot read the room. And the funny thing about this whole, this is an Xbox. Well, is the Steam, is that a PlayStation? I mean, they're doing the same thing. They have their games accessible on multiple PC type of devices, you know, because they don't want to call the Xbox handheld what it is. So we'll just say PC devices. That is a very similar concept to what Microsoft is doing with the Xbox brand. Y'all just don't want to point it out because you're too busy living on exclusivity land.
Just from the ground up, I feel like this has been such a massive, massive miss. This marketing campaign would have been far more effective if Microsoft had an Xbox app on mobile that let you buy and instantly stream games. Apple and Google have effectively blocked it because they want a 30% cut, and Microsoft has been fighting to let regulators to allow it.
So that means that that's what Microsoft is pushing. So that doesn't mean that Microsoft is not trying to do it. Like bro, like, do you guys have reading comprehension problems?
This is Tom Warren. Tom Warren is mad. Like 5 years ago, I said, ditch the "this is an Xbox" campaign. Wrong idea, wrong time. Xbox is about games.
And that's exactly what they're pushing. They're pushing games through the phone. They're pushing games through their own console. They're pushing games through all these other handhelds. What are you guys talking about? Like, what is Mike Ybarra talking about? What are you talking about? That's exactly the whole purpose of what they're doing. Oh, you can access these games through a Fire Stick. You can access these games through an LG Smart TV or whatever. What are you talking about? That has everything to do with video games. That's why they're pushing. You know what? Go ahead.
Games rule the world. And if they don't have parity with
and how do you think Microsoft's going to rule the world? Oh, that's right. By expanding their gaming division. By putting all their stuff on Amazon. I mean, it's going to get to a point where Microsoft is going to, well, they kind of are the main leaders of video gaming and entertainment. They don't care. Okay, you want to buy an Xbox? That's fine. You want to play their games through Amazon? That's all that concurrent money going to them. That's like I've told you guys before. It's like having all these faucets of water coming out, and that's where that's money, that's money, that's money, that's money. Xbox money, PC money. We getting phone money. We getting LG money. Hey, but it ain't a hardware. So it doesn't matter. That's money. They paying $360 to play games on Amazon. That's money. $300. You're not seeing the big picture, guys, are you? I know you guys want to sit there in this little console war land, but at the end of the day, that is what's going to help gaming. As you guys can see, because exclusivity has never once sold a platform, ever. And you people know it.
Or any other device, then it's just not an Xbox. This campaign is confusing. Whoever came up with it clearly doesn't play games. Now, there have been a lot of leaks. You can choose to believe them. You can throw them in the garbage can.
I'm throwing them in the garbage.
But there have been a lot of leaks that Xbox has had this weird obsession with pretending to be for the gamers. That people like,
I mean, the fact that I can access my games on a console, PC, Fire Stick, LG, whatever the case is, that is very consumer friendly. That means no matter where I go, I can always access my Xbox games and catalog. What is anti-consumer about that? Explain that a person that supports the Xbox ecosystem could, like, don't tell me you take your PlayStation 5 everywhere. Don't say that. I could go to my friend's house and be like, oh, let me log into my Xbox account. All I did was bring my controller. You want to play some Halo through some streaming? That is the future of gaming. And the funny thing is that you people don't want to see it. You think people are going to sit there and be like, oh, I'm going to take my Xbox to my friend's house while I watch the Mayweather fight. Bro, there ain't nobody doing that. You people are ridiculous, bro. And I'm telling you, this strategy is going to work. Give it a few years. Like I've told y'all before, remember when I warned you when I said we're in the infancy stage? Oh, now you're starting to see them plants grow, huh? You're starting to see them grow. And I'm telling you, this is what's going to single-handedly lay down the final blow for Sony.
The people at top, Phil Spencer, have had actual employees literally playing his account to boost his gamer score to make it look like he's putting traffic. This is an Xbox campaign. It will go down as one of the worst marketing and business decisions in gaming history. Look at this. This has almost 20,000 likes. Look at one by Destin Laguerre. Destin Laguerre, I think, has been more optimistic about the future twists and turns of Xbox than most people have been. I think that he is, in a way, excited. Not because Xbox is going to suddenly catch up to how far behind they've been. I think that Destin Laguerre is kind of fascinated by such a billion-dollar pivot. We've never seen a company try to go in a middle lane. Instead of going straight up, here's first party, here's third party.
Because it's not what's working. People are not buying these platforms for exclusives. You people know it, man. You brought up the fact that Silent Hill 2 only sold 2.5 million out of an 80 million hardware base. That is embarrassing.
PC, here's console. They're trying to choose a little Reese's Pieces middle lane, right? The Xbox ROG Ally is changing up how we play. There's no world where they come out with a console and beat PlayStation and Nintendo.
What are you talking about? Destin, I don't know what he's about, but that's a lie. What do you mean? Let me read that again. There's no world where they come out with a console and beat PlayStation and Nintendo. They already did. Y'all like, what do you mean, Gamester? That's why the Wii U don't exist. Oh, you too good at this, Gamester. I know, man. You always got all the answers. You cannot use the Switch as a replacement for the failure of the Wii U. The Wii U was a home console that was in competition with the Xbox, PlayStation, right? Y'all know this. Nintendo has always been successful in portable gaming. That's why they merged the two markets together. That's why you can take the Switch and dock it on your TV screen. But as far as I'm concerned, Nintendo has left home console gaming. Y'all know what I'm saying is true. So for Destin to say that there's no world where they come out with a console and beat PlayStation, what do you mean? They beat them with the 360. They beating them now because Nintendo don't even have a console now. They have a freaking portable device that can be played at home. That's not the same thing, and you people know it. You know that. So as far as I'm concerned, Nintendo left home consoles before Microsoft did. Let's go.
Never going to happen. I know there's plenty of people who want them to come out there.
I'm telling y'all, man, y'all got to get off the Nintendo Switch too, man. I'm telling you, I'm giving it by next year when GTA 6 drop. The Nintendo Switch is failing, man. GTA 5 destroyed the Wii U, and GTA 6 is going to destroy the Switch too, man. I'm putting money on it. I'm putting money. You'll be a fool to think the Switch 2 is going to outsell what the Switch 1 did. You'll be a fool, especially with that price tag, the time of market that it came in. Remember, there was not really no handhelds out there. Now you got all these competing. I'm telling you, that Switch 2 is not, I'm telling you, it's not going to sell that well. I think it's going to do decently, but don't think it's going to sell another 100 million. I highly doubt that.
Release a traditional
unless we get a legitimate price drop to $300
console and just get their asses handed to them by the competition. But even with all its flaws, and there's a lot of them, I will take Xbox shooting their shots over Xbox leaving the industry. Now, the part of this I disagree with is that really kind of struck me. The former creator of...
Keyword, former. Not working there, has no involvement as to what's going on with Call of Duty. Former. Not a person that's actually working at the company. Have you guys noticed that every time we find out about Xbox is dead and this and that, is all from people that used to work at the companies? Well, at least with him worked at Call of Duty. To me, it just sounds like you're just salty that you're just not there to see these successful franchises thriving while you're still out on the sidelines. Like, that's what it sounds like to me. Because it's funny how all these former employees are coming out saying that Microsoft is destroying Call of Duty when Black Ops 6 made the most money out of any other Call of Duty.
Call of Duty, Glenn Schofield, obviously we know a lot about Glenn Schofield here, says he's immensely worried about the future of the Call of Duty series under Xbox. And he says, of course, very openly, look what happened to Gears of War. Oh. Where is Halo? You know what I mean. I mean, it is weird to think about the fact that even the biggest, best brands kind of go to die.
Oh, yeah.
Green.
Oh, really? Oh, really? Oh, hold on. Let me hear that again, bro, because you about to get...
Where is Halo? You know what I mean. I mean, it is weird to think about the fact that even the biggest, best brands kind of go to die on Team Green.
Oh, that's funny. Because the last time I checked, where's Extermination? Where's Warhawk? Where's Starhawk? Where's Soulcom? Where's Sly Cooper? Where's Jack and Daxter? Where's Folklore? Where's Sony's NBA license? Where's Pain? Where's MotorStorm? Where's Little Big Planet? Uh-oh. Tokyo Jungle. Where's all these games? Crash Commando, Mod Nation Racers. Where's all these PlayStation games? Shadow Colossus. Where's Shadow Colossus? Ico. Y'all like, oh snap. See, you don't want to Killzone, Resistance, Infamous. Where's these games? Explain to me where these beloved PlayStation games, because you say all these, because last time I checked, Halo and Gears of War still exist. That's why they got a Halo remake coming out. Oh! Gears of War still exists. That's why, even though it's taken a while, but they got Gears of War E-Day coming out. Oh! So what do you mean because of what's happening to Gears of War and Halo? You mean what's happening to games on PlayStation? Because PlayStation is the only company where all your beloved franchises go there to die. And the only way you can cherish them is through a game called Astro's Graveyard. Astrobot, where you can remember the times of Sony's greatness. Matter of fact, I got more for you. Scython Filter, Parappa the Rapper, Blasto. Let's go. Y'all want to play this game? Come on. Where are all these franchises from Sony? These are Jet Li, Rise of Honor. Oh yeah, we go there. Oh, what about that? Where's all these beloved PlayStation exclusives? Oh, that's right. They no longer exist. You just got bodied.
It's very difficult to even imagine Xbox making any sort of comeback. We're at a point where it's not just that Xbox is selling worse than the Nintendo Switch 1, which empirically it is. It's just the fact that I just don't think that Xbox leadership even exists. And I just feel like there's not any activated Xbox fans at this point. I saw this joke. Now, I want to make it clear. Special Nick here. This guy he's done a bunch of Xbox leaks. He's actually more pro Xbox in the original inspiration. This first statement by Mikey Ybarra. I would have never touched Windows. Screw the rock. It has an Xbox OS on the handheld and play those games on Game Pass. Essentially what Tim Dog here. Tim Dog for a long time was one of the biggest Xbox fanboy accounts. He's a guy that...
Yeah, fanboy.
Didn't do it for a paycheck. He wasn't going on podcasts, trying to shill a YouTube channel. This is a guy who just legitimately loved Xbox. He wasn't happy when they started going towards PC.
Oh, that's funny, because he plays on Sony, and what is Sony doing? Putting their games on PC. I find it so funny that no matter where you guys go, you're going to hit full circle. You guys are going to bash Xbox, but single-handedly, your own PlayStation brand is going to become an Xbox, because the only games that you're going to play on it is games that Microsoft is distributing to y'all. You guys are all Xbox fanboys, and I've told you guys again, Xbox fans are going to be the new PC fans. PlayStation fans are going to be the new Xbox fanboys, right? And Nintendo fans are going to be the new ponies. That's why they're fighting for lack of ownership and game key cards and all that. Have you noticed that? You're like, oh, Snap Game said that's true though. That's true though. Xbox fan has become the new PC fan. PlayStation fan has become the new Xbox fan. And Nintendo fan has become PlayStation fan. That's why they're defending the same crap that was also being involved with the PlayStation brand. Y'all all doing it. Oh, we Nintendo. We got creativity. This is a PlayStation take. Playing remasters on a Switch 2. Tears of Kingdom. Breath of Wild. Playing Wii U. Playing old last generation games with 60. Didn't I tell y'all that? Games still would have doubled. Remember when I told you? Watch Switch 2 owners play the same exact games on Switch, and they're gonna be and they're gonna be playing them all at 60 FPS. I told y'all that. That's a PlayStation take. Oh, we got 60 FPS, 4K on the Switch. How do you have 60 FPS on Switch when you're running Breath of Wild, bro? Matter of fact, screw that game. That game came on the Wii U. You're playing 2 generational games. What's wrong with you people? You're like, damn, Games, you're right, man. Nintendo fanboys, they down bad for that. They out here playing a Pokemon game that look worse than any game that I've ever seen. Y'all sounding like fanboy, but it's so dope. PlayStation fanboy take. Like I've told you before, Nintendo fanboys are the new PlayStation ones.
And he's not thrilled now that they have no exclusives. So he's renaming.
And PlayStation don't have exclusives either. The same argument about why Xbox games went to PC is the same argument that PlayStation is doing. I mean, at this point, all you guys are arguing is timed exclusivity. That's why Brovian told you that, what do you mean? All these games are available on each other's platform.
Self to Super Tim Dog. But a long time, he was known as X-Tim Dog. And a lot of the Xbox...
50 years in counting, and Tim Dog is still out here console one. When is this man actually going to play a game?
executives like to talk to Tim Dog. His sort of turn to the dark side has been interesting to witness. And he talks about the fact that essentially the ROG Ally X is such a turnoff because it is just a PC. It's just a PC. Look at that. He's straight up being like, it doesn't have an Xbox OS. It still just runs on Windows. It's just basically...
When Windows is Xbox, though. Windows is Microsoft. You guys are acting like it's running on an operating system that Microsoft don't even own. Like, bro, you know what? Go ahead.
Game Pass machine with a Windows wrapper on it. And here's where that...
All right, guys, I'm done. Hopefully, you guys enjoy the video. Like I said, man, you guys want to come up with all these takes. And like I said, I came in and I single-handedly destroyed every single one of them. Even Destin's talking about, oh, well, you know, it would never outsell. What do you mean? Microsoft has been outselling. You know what? Let's before we end this video. What do you mean, Destin? I know he's an Xbox guy, but what he said was wrong. And I'm going to break it down because I don't just be saying stuff without no evidence. You said, Destin, you said that Xbox never beats Nintendo in sales. Okay, then explain original Xbox and GameCube. Oh! 360. Now, Wii did outsell both PlayStation, but let's be honest, ain't nobody really played the Wii. It was a casual system. Oh! What do you mean? The Xbox One definitely outsold that Wii U. Huh? Oh, yeah, I'm too good at this. And Switch don't even have a home console anymore because they decided to leave the industry. You guys are giving Nintendo too much credit, bro. I'm sorry, man. At the end of the day, gaming has peaked. We only probably had about a good, I would say that the best gaming was during the Wii, 360, and PS3 because there was 80 million there and about 100 million. That was about 300. It went a little over. But gaming has never really went over that 200 million threshold. That just shows you that those are the only type of... Like, gaming hasn't grown. They probably thought it'd be billions of players. And ever since then, it hasn't grown. You will notice that in every generation, it's always been within that 100 to 200 million range of consoles altogether. Altogether. Right? It's just that's how it's been. I think the Xbox One, PS4, and, well, I can't even count Wii U. That was around the same, right? PlayStation sold 100. Xbox did like 40, 50. And then Wii U was like 17. And the Switch came in, that was 150. But it was kind of came in between a gen. I would put, it's kind of hard to compare because they came out at later times. But Switch sold 140. PlayStation was like, because I don't know if you want to count PS4, but we'll say PS5, that's about 100. Then Xbox about 30. It's always the same it's never over 300 million users. Never. So that shows you that every time gaming has changed, people came in and people came out. But I will say one thing. There's less hardcore gamers now than there has ever been. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, gaming will never go past 500 million consoles, 600, 800 million consoles sold for all consoles in general. Because you know why? Gaming just ain't that popular, man. And the only ones keeping this gaming industry alive is those Fortnite players that you guys don't like. So take care. Peace out.